We good? Sweet. That was a quick one, David.
That's what she said.
That's gonna stay in, which means we're going to pick number 21, which means you can see if you're on YouTube. Steven had a wardrobe change. He's wearing a jersey that I gotta give him props. He won his fantasy football with me in it. I tanked, not a big deal. But he is wearing his champion Austin Eckler Los Angeles Chargers jersey. So with pick number 21, Steven, let's hear it. What are you doing?
Hopefully this jersey doesn't continue the trend of players that I get end up switching teams directly after me getting the jersey. But for the Los Angeles Chargers, picking at 21 in the LOD 2023 mock draft, Quentin Johnson, the wide receiver out of Texas Christian University. Now I know a lot of people are kind of scratching their heads. Go Horned Frogs. Is that...
Yeah, it's the Horned Frog. That's what they do. It's this stupid hand thing. It's what Hypnotoad they call it.
Yeah, well, it is Texas Christian. Hand thing is the only thing they're doing there. Now, I know that you guys are pretty surprised about maybe
that was
that
9.5 out of 10. I had to stop you. That was a good one.
That's also what she said. The man's on fire, people. I know the wide receiver picks may be scratching your head. You got the likes of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams there. But don't look now. Keenan Allen just turned 31. Mike Williams is going to turn 31 here in April. Mike Williams, 32, middle of the season there in October. Both of these wide receivers are done or through contract through 2024. And yeah, you like Josh Palmer, who had a solid year at 700 plus yards last year. You're going to need somebody with the likes of Justin Herbert waiting for a new contract. You got Eckler wanting money. You got Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Derwin James, J.C. Jackson taking up a lot of money. You need to surround this team with young stars and a guy that fresh off the 60 catch, hairs under 1,100 yards in the college season for TCU, fresh off the championship run. Well, losing it, but come on, we all knew that was going to happen. Why not pick them? I think it's great. Let's get some young stars for the young quarterback there in LA.
I have to at least ask a question that, how do I word this? If you bring in Quentin Johnson, it feels like you have three very similar wide receivers. Why did you decide to go that route and take the pterodactyl or the pterodactyl instead of Jordan Addison? I was curious about that because he's more of the burner, shifty, smaller guy. Why did you decide to go with big, like, tall, strong wide receiver again?
Well, you're not going to miss a beat when inevitably one of these guys goes down with injury, right? So when you have a certain type, you kind of learn how to stick with it. So it's just something that you want to have on that roster. You want to be able to feel like you're not skipping a beat when those guys go down. And again, the main thing is when you know what that production is, when you have a player like that around you, not only are you going to bring him into a building that you're going to learn from the best players, route running, that ability to play with that size. But now when they're gone, boom, they're filling in the shoes, cheaper, less contract, less headache, hopefully less injury ridden as well.
All right, my only other question, and I'm good to go, is that I guess it's less of a comment or a question and more of a comment. But Quentin, I must call him Nelson, while we get it together, I'm out for lunch right now. Quentin Johnson is a guy that is massive, but he kind of struggled with 50-50 balls sometimes. So I feel like going to a place with Justin Herbert, where a guy that's going to put the ball exactly where you need it to be, is a place where you might be able to maximize that ceiling for a guy like him. Whereas maybe you go to another place, he's not as successful. So I'm interested to see where he ends up, but I think it would be a good home for him in LA.
And I couldn't agree more with that. And it's funny you say that. Don't forget about Mike Williams. I would argue the king of 50-50 balls right now, or at least the king of 70-20 balls of coming them down. But look at the other side. You got Derwin James and J.C. Jackson to go practice against. Don't forget about Asante Samuel Jr. as well. Another stud who's going to be up and coming looking for a contract. So he's going to have his fair share of knowing how to get ready and get ready quick in the NFL.